Thank you, channel member, The Pros. Welcome to episode 5 of the DayZ on Console show. Your number one stop when it comes to DayZ on your Xbox and PlayStation. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Thanks, viewers. I hope you enjoy the show. Now let's start with a podcast. A week ago, I was invited to be on the amazing Friendly, a DayZ podcast show, and part 1 of 2 is out now. This hugely popular podcast, released every Friday and available wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, also available every Sunday on YouTube, has dedicated 2 episodes, not just to me, but to DayZ Console. Over the course of the 2 episodes, as well as having a laugh, we talk all things DayZ on your Xbox and PlayStation. There's tips for beginners, and then there's the Lion King story.
It's black and white.
Wow.
Wowza.
No, I'm still taken back. I don't think I'm over it. I don't think I'm over it.
Wowza, he just made a mess in his trouser.
Fucking do it.
Have you actually got a full head of hair, or is your hair really receding?
Well, that's it. People say, why are you called Recedingman? Is it because, Running Man's? It's like, no, I'm receding and I love Superman, so I'll put the 2 together. Recedingman. Yeah, my hair is receding, yeah. Cheers.
So's mine, man. Mine's scared of my eyebrows as well. Mine's shot back from the front line.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? It's not great. It just creeps
Andy,
up
Andy, fortunately, he's got a fucking lovely head of hair.
No.
Horrible mouth, good head of hair.
You should see my bumhole. It's like a fucking jungle down there. It's like an Italian jungle.
Can I have a look?
Can I have a look?
I would like to thank the 2 hosts, Andy and Dave, for having me on the podcast and dedicating 2 episodes to DayZ Console. Check the podcast out if you haven't already, viewers. It will become your new fave pod. It's class. Now, on to this week's hot topic. It's a good one. KOS. That's what hot topic we're talking today. We've all done it. We've all been the victim of it. So where do we stand with it? And is it more of a problem on console than it is on PC? Is it even a problem? Before we get into all that, what is KOS? KOS stands for Knob Out Sundays. Myself, I do it all the time and happy to get my knob. No, it doesn't mean that. Does not mean that. Sorry, viewers, slight confusion. KOS stands for Kill on Sight. It's pretty self-explanatory and basically means if you're a player with a gun and see another player, regardless of where you are on the map and regardless of whether that player you have seen is fresh spawn, semi-geared with no gun, fully kitted out but with no gun in hand, you will just shoot him. No questions, no interaction. So let's set up 2 scenarios where Kill on Sight could be seen as not the right thing to do. And you tell me if you agree or disagree. For the purposes of both scenarios, let's say that in both scenarios, you are the killer. Scenario 1. You are walking along the coast and see a fellow survivor. He slowly approaches you from a distance. It's clear to see he has no backpack, no weapon over his shoulder, no weapon in his hands. He has dark hair, bright blue eyes, the tightest arse you have seen in those jeans. The nutcracker they call him. So the survivor is basically looking a non-threat. Then he speaks. Hi, my friend. I'm Igor. Have you got... Scenario 2. You're in Solenichny. Having killed all the Zeds, you loot up the hospital. As you exit the building, you see a player drinking from the well. She's wearing a backpack, but no gun over the shoulder. She takes another sip from the well. Her bosoms pressing tightly against one another. Jesus, I've done it again. As she carries on drinking, completely unaware you're behind her. 2 scenarios there. Where do you guys stand with KOS? Personally, scenario 1 is a no-no for me. As long as those fists aren't raised, I'm happy to open up a conversation before being trigger happy. The second scenario again is a cheap move, providing your character isn't desperate for food or vitamins that the player at the well could have. Even then, you could ask. And if you think you're being lied to, or you just don't like the person. So, is KOS more of a thing on console than it is on PC? We're talking official servers and community servers where there are no rules regarding PvP. I've played on both and think without doubt KOS is a thing on PC. But with more players on console playing without a mic or deep in conversation with their mates on party chat, we do edge the KOS count here on Xbox and PlayStation. KOS is something I myself don't do. When I'm semi-geared on the coast and see another player who looks approachable, we're talking new spawn or unarmed and talking. If I'm in a military area, then KOS is 100% what I'm doing. If I see another player. There's so many ifs and buts to KOS, but really, what I see as bad KOS is killing fresh spawns or coming down to the coast, fully geared, and gunning down freshies with your M4. I get it's a playstyle, but not one I would do or even try. No. Now, this leads nicely into our next segment. Server Spotlight. It's time for Server Spotlight. Yeah! It's time for Server Spotlight. Yeah! Today's server spotlight is all about an Xbox server, my Xbox server. 8 is a 50-slot first-person perspective vanilla server launched 2 weeks ago to a full pop. No base building and no underground stashes. This server is something for you DayZ players who fancy the truest of DayZ experiences. You see, it's my ambition to have 8 as a high pop server for every player of every time zone. Of course, every server owner wants that. Why choose mine to populate? 8, as I say, has no bases. Base building is not possible on this server. But if you like to stash, then make yourself an improvised shelter. And with Build Anywhere turned on, it's made easier for you to hide that shelter of yours away from fellow players. Barrels and tents are around the map, but what sets 8 apart from the rest is that you can hide, but you can't lock away your stash. If you're someone who likes to have a base and store your 5 M4s, 3 AKMs, 2 cars, and lock them away behind your 8 walls and guarded by your 6 mates, then 8 is not the server for you. We want players to join 8 who would like to explore the map of Shannara's, looting up, and maybe even looking for blood. This server has no rules when it comes to PvP. What we do want are mic users. We encourage this in the right situations. We want 8 to be a server for interaction. No, we are not an RP server. An interaction can be as simple as a hello, a quick conversation. It can be a stranger you have met, talked to, and decide to go on a run together. It can be a player you have seen in a house outside of Ybor and you're telling him to come out the house with his hands up or he's dead. Interaction is awesome and it's what makes DayZ so special. And I feel we have lost that somewhere on DayZ console. Again, this is advice, and we have had some awesome stories from our player base over on our Discord channel. Aside from the interaction, we have also had stories of player gunfights all over the map. I stress, 8 is a no-rule server, so whatever your playstyle, as long as you're not a twat, we would love you here.
So I can't build a base. What am I supposed to do?
The answer to that is dependent on your game style. Myself, I loot up sometimes as a solo, sometimes looking to team up, travel Shannara's, looking for adventure, whether that be in the form of out there surviving the PvE world. We're talking bears, hunger, wolves, or maybe looking for interactions deep in the map, or players to kill to get my hands on their loot. You may be a player that loves the Thanos life, a cabin in the middle of nowhere, a hidden shelter or two nearby. You may be a player who's just starting out and is hoping to team up with someone more experienced. You may be a player who loves to kill, then loot up and listen out for those gunshots. 8 is an idea I've had in my head for some time, and it's now time for me to hand it over to you guys and to see if that idea is something you want. We are already hitting high pop at weekends, UK time, and medium pop midweek, UK time. With no bases, you'll have no more players huddled together in their base. 8 only needs a medium pop for it to feel alive. I've already had multiple interactions, gunfights, when it's been on medium pop, and it's absolutely awesome when we hit that high pop. So what if the server is low pop?
I don't like to play when nobody is online.
I get that, but while low pop will definitely decrease chances of other players, you could try out our new missions, available solos and groups. Our current mission is called the Pink Teddy. On 8 is a hidden bunker room, and it's your mission to find that bunker room and not only gain entry to a host of tier 4 goodies, but more importantly, a picture with the pink teddy bear. Once you have that picture, send the pic to myself and get your name on the leaderboard. If you find yourself at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the season, then your name will be up in lights on our Hall of Fame, and a special Discord role awaits. But wait, to gain entry into that bunker room requires a punch card, only available in gas zones. The idea of our missions here on 8 is for players to have something to do if you like adventure, or if it's low pop for you. But mainly, it's to get players travelling the map. More chances of seeing players you wouldn't normally see in those towns and those areas. Missions are great for low pop, medium pop, and high pop. 8 is a new server, and thanks to you awesome people playing it already, it's on the up. And although we're a non-whitelisted server, you can join the server's Discord for all things 8. And it's now in your hands to make an already populated server an even greater populated one. Start your adventure today. Start your story. 8. Announcement. Server owners, PlayStation and Xbox, I need you. If you're a server owner of a PlayStation or Xbox server and want your server advertised, I need you. Whatever your server, hardcore, vanilla, low pop, high pop, boosted loot, please contact me via my Twitter, Discord DM or YouTube comments. I specifically want PlayStation server owners, but Xbox server owners are welcome too. I look forward to hearing from you. Last month's poll, I asked what playstyle best describes you, and 61% of you said your gonads. Nomads. 20% are stashers and 19% are base builders. Today I'm asking, how do you play DayZ at home? Are you sitting on your sofa playing DayZ on your console? Or are you sitting at a desk playing the game on your Xbox or PlayStation? Let me know your answer by voting on my community page located on my YouTube channel. Thanks for voting, guys. That's the end of today's episode, my DayZ console friends. If you'd like more of me, the Knobhead, I can be found streaming here on my YouTube channel every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday. If I don't see you there, I'll see you in episode 6. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you wish. Appreciate the support. I've been Recedingman. Take care, people. Take care.